Welcome back to Movie Room TV. The movie that will be shown to all today is one of the best horror movie. It is called Vacancy. Let's start now. On their way home from their family party, David and Amy Fox, who are on the verge of divorce, take a round turn on a remote mountain road. They drive to an old auto repair garage after their car breaks down. A mechanic helps to fix it. Soon after leaving, their car breaks down again. When they find that there is no cell phone reception, they walk back to their garage, only to find it has swiftly closed. They went to a nearby motel to seek help. When they arrive at the reception office, they hear a piercing scream coming from the room at the back of the reception, only for it to be coming from the television. The motel manager, Mason, turn it off and meet the couple. He explained the auto repair garage across the street is closed until the morning, so they book a room for the night. When getting ready for bed, David and Amy are alarmed by loud banging on their door and the door to the adjacent room. David goes to the reception to tell Mason about the situation, and Mason tells them they are his only guests. But in the room, David watched a videotape that was left in their room TV. At first, it seemed to be a horror film, but then they realized it is a snuff film that was made in their room. David searched the room and find multiple hidden security cameras and realized that Mason is watching them. David and Amy flee the room for the woods, but are confronted by two men wearing masks. So they return to the room and lock the door. In the bathroom, they are shocked to find the half-eaten apple Amy left in the car. David ran to the motel payphone and dialed 911. But Mason answered. David escaped the phone booth just before the men crashed their car into it and chased him back to the room. Moment later, David and Amy hear a truck pull into the parking lot from the window. They attract the driver's attention, but soon realize he is working with Mason. Then they discover a trap door in the bathroom, leading to the various tunnels to different rooms of the motel. They end up in the manager room. Amy attempts to call the police, but is interrupted by Mason. Followed up by masked man, they sneak back into the tunnel and take a different route, ending up in the auto garage across from the motel. Meanwhile, a sheriff appears, having responded to Amy's attempt call. Upon searching one of the rooms, he witnessed a snuff film and flee. David and Amy ran to him and they all attempt to lead, but find the engine wire to the police car has been cut. When the officer got out, the marksman killed him. David and Amy ran into one of the other rooms. David hides Amy in the ceiling, while he plans to make it to Mason's office to retrieve a revolver, but the man slapped him as he leaves. He collapsed as Amy watched from above. In the morning, Amy comes down and leaves, finding one of the killer car. As she attempts to drive away, a masterman breaks into the car from the same route, and she crashed the car into the motel, killing two of the men. Amy then ran into the reception, where she finds the revolver. Mason appeared and began to strangle her with the telephone cord, then beat her as he recorded the struggle with his video camera. Amy fight back and managed to gain the upper hand, finally shooting Mason dead. Amy returned to David and find him. He is still alive. She goes back to the reception, take the phone cord from the Mason jacket board and connect it to the phone to call 911. She then goes back to the David, comforting him while waiting for the police to arrive.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe to encourage me.